How do we get this story across, or this message across, to people who don't want to hear it? Hi, I'm Paolo Valenciano. PalabasTayo. I was asking Tito Odi and Jaime Del Mundo and these veterans from the industry. I was asking them, how do you, I've never been on this side of an audition. I'm always like, when I used to do theater, I'm so used to being the one, performing in front of a panel. So it was weird. It took some time to get used to, but after the first maybe 3 hours, I started to get the feel of it. And yeah, I mean, like I didn't expect that many people to show up for the auditions. Yeah, we were here for 9 hours, man. I mean, like the guys that we chose from the 220, and I thought that once we started working with less kids, it would be much easier to sort of decide who gets what spot, right? But no, man, when they got less, it just got more confusing, because you really got to see who these guys are. You got to see some of the personalities of these actors. There were these dancers who we didn't know could sing. There were these singers who we didn't know, these singers who we didn't know could dance. And you just seeing how talented these guys are. I am a concert director. I'm not a theater director, but when we work on these productions for activations for brands or concerts and all that, it's so hard. It's so hard to find people who can sing and dance, and here all of a sudden there's like a surge of like all this talent that was coming into the room. And I was already, there were some people that we might not get for the production, but I was listing down the names because I'm thinking like, man, I gotta work with these guys. The original play, Joseph the Dreamer, when I saw it as a kid, it was really driven by the personalities, the actors who were in that cast. I mean, like, you had people like Freddy Santos, Odi Hemora, Carla Martinez. I mean, like, these guys are like the OG in like Philippine theater. I mean, so the challenge was we needed to find millennials who sort of could move or could work with these characters and build these characters the way that the original actors did. I am quite confident that we have a pretty solid lineup of kids, and a lot of these kids I've never seen before. I mean, like, I do watch a lot of plays, a lot of theater productions, and I think the nice thing about the cast that we have, or the people that came, is that there are a number of people who are doing theater for the first time, who are dancers who want to try theater, there are singers who want to try theater. So there is a risk because they don't have the experience. Hello, the director has no experience. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe it might work. Who knows? Although we are rewriting some parts of the script, we're restructuring some of the scenes. There was magic in the original play. I want to be able to recapture that magic, to be sort of move people the way that the original play moved people. So that's what makes it really challenging, because we're not just getting people to sort of fill in the blanks. Like, we're really trying to look for people who could get this story across as best as we could. I mean, it's such a compelling story, so we want to make sure that we get it right. There are so many ways that some scenes can go, which I think will be just as effective, but it's just the pressure on a director to sort of like decide which route to go. Are we gonna go with comedy, or are we gonna go with a showcase, or are we gonna try and wow them? That's putting a little pressure. That's putting some pressure on me right now. So we'll see how it goes. One thing that really connected with the kids back then when my dad took on the role was it was almost like a dance concert, especially when my dad got involved. When my dad came in, it became a lot. There was a lot of pop that was involved. It was choreographed by the maneuvers. So like I think what Trumpets what they had in mind when they got me was that it always had elements that were not like not the standard way of doing theater. I mean, the fact that they got a concert director to direct it, I'm assuming that they really are trying to do something out of the ordinary. And as a creative, also, you know, I took on the project because I felt like it's, you know, I've been directing shows for about almost 10 years, so I was thinking it would be a great experience for me to sort of step out of my comfort zone and try something new. One thing I really remembered from Joseph the Dreamer was the heart of the show, and like I mentioned a while ago, no, I was going through the script, and there are some things that, you know, I said, I don't know if that's gonna work now, I don't know how the kids are gonna respond to this, I don't know if that's appropriate, but I told Tito Audie, I said, I don't know if we need to sort of restructure or butcher the script and write something new. You know, as a kid, when we would watch this, I do remember like people breaking down, people laughing. You know, there were so many emotions that people felt when they came to this show. That's one thing that I want to try to achieve with this newer version of JTD. So we are able to, you know, not just entertain people, but to get the message across, to touch lives, to change lives. Hopefully, I mean, like that's, you know, one thing that really is fulfilling for people who do concerts, shows, people who perform. You know, we love being able to connect with the audience, being able to move the audience. I hope, oh man, I hope we can come close to what they were able to achieve when Joseph was staged back in the 80s. You know, the society was curious to know about Christianity, the roots of Christianity, about the Bible, about God. And I told them that the challenge now is that people have heard this message and have rejected it. People have heard it and said, no, that's not for me. So how do we tell this story? How do we get this story across, or this message across, to people who don't want to hear it? From a creative's perspective, I felt like it was something that I saw as a challenge that I would want to be able to show the love of God without it being too in your face, because you know, a lot of, you know, Christianity has gotten a bad rap in the last few decades. So we sort of want to remind these kids about the Bible, man. I mean, like that really is what they tried to do back then.
Hi, this is Nia Rivera, PalabasTayo.
Hi, I'm Tim Pavino, PalabasTayo.
For more PalabasTayo videos, subscribe now.